Hi everybody, Paul here again. In this video, I'm going to show how to replace the Schrader valves on the air conditioner system service ports of a vehicle. So stay tuned. And of course, as always, I'll have my assistant Sparky helping me. Isn't that right, buddy? The air conditioner system on your vehicle has a high pressure service port and a low pressure side service port. When you remove the cap on the high pressure side service port and the low pressure side service port, you'll notice a valve inside the service port. This is what the valve looks like. It looks similar to the valve on the tire of your vehicle for adding air. This valve is called a Schrader valve. I'd say that as much as 80% of the refrigerant leaks that occur on a vehicle are due to a faulty Schrader valve. If a vehicle starts losing refrigerant, the very first thing that you should check are the Schrader valves for leaks. Even if just one valve is leaking, be sure to replace both valves at the same time. Before removing the valve, the refrigerant must be removed from the system. The refrigerant should not be released into the atmosphere. The easiest way to remove the refrigerant is to take the vehicle to an auto repair facility that has a special refrigerant recovery machine. Getting a price quote from at least 3 different places will help you get the best price. Once the refrigerant has been removed, you can then remove the valve. These valves will have right-hand threads, so just remember righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. This will require a special valve tool like you see here to unscrew the old valve and to screw in the new valve. I'll post this valve tool in the description. The end of the valve tool has a machine slot. The top of the Schrader valve also has a machine slot. Once the 2 slots lock into one another, the valve can then be either unscrewed or screwed in. While applying some light downward pressure, gently turn the tool and you'll know for sure if it's locked into place. There, it just locked in. Now I can unscrew the valve. Once the old valve has been completely unscrewed, carefully remove it with needle nose pliers. Once the old valve has been removed, reinstall the cap back onto the service port to keep any foreign debris from entering the system. These valves come in different sizes, so you need to make sure that you purchase the correct size. Oddly, some vehicle manufacturers do not sell these valves separately. So if that happens to you, one way to save a lot of time is to get online and go to AutoZone.com. First enter under the main search bar AC System Valve Core and then hit the search button. Next click on the AC System Valve Core box. Next enter the year, make, model, and engine, or just enter the VIN number. It should then show the correct replacement valve with a part number. Or you can just take your old valves into AutoZone. Be aware that some vehicles will use one size valve on the high pressure side and use a different size valve on the low pressure side. These are the new valves that I purchased from AutoZone. These are the Santec brand, which is supposed to be very high quality. I also found out that this is the same brand that Toyota uses. Next, lubricate the seals on the new valve with some AC peg oil on a Q-tip. While holding the valve with your fingers, press the top of the valve down and lubricate the lower seal first. Next, release the valve and lubricate the upper seal. Be sure to use plenty of lubricant. Next, carefully insert the new valve back into the service port. Next, carefully screw the valve back into the service port, being careful not to cross-thread it. Whenever you screw something back into place, always first turn it slowly counterclockwise with some gentle downward pressure until you feel or hear a click, and then gently start turning it clockwise. There, it just clicked. One huge caveat is when people install new valves, they commonly over-tighten or under-tighten them, which can cause the valve to leak refrigerant. The best way to prevent this from happening is by using a preset valve torque tool like this one, which eliminates any guesswork. This is rated at 4 inch-pounds of torque, which can be used to tighten any Schrader valve. Once the valve is tightened to 4 inch-pounds of torque, this tool will make a loud click and stop tightening the valve. This is a must tool if you're going to install these valves correctly. Again, I'll post this tool in the description. This Schrader valve has now been installed correctly. Again, make sure that you replace both valves at the same time. Before adding refrigerant back into the system, be sure to first apply a vacuum to the system with a vacuum pump like you see here, which I'll show how to do in another video. I hope you found this helpful, and if you like this video, please hit the like button below, share it with your friends, and please be sure to subscribe. God bless you and have a great day. Bye for now. And while you guys are working on your car, I'll be working on a tan of this beautiful white sandy beach.